So I'm now going to give you an overview of our submission, which we've titled Using Generative AI for Instant Personalized Feedback. Just to outline some of the features of our AI assessment solution, what it delivers is the ability to provide automated feedback on open answer scenario-based questions. So within a course where we've set a business problem or provided a case study and we've asked learners to be able to provide their thoughts and responses to a given situation. This enables us to assess more nuanced subject matter where there may not be a clear-cut right or wrong answer, so to speak, and in the case of the course we've piloted it with in the first instance, it's the application of ethical principles in relation to a given scenario. It allows you to fully customize the marking criteria, so you can specify how many marks you want and what each mark, what the criteria is. It also includes the ability for users to review and rate the feedback given to them, so to encourage them to critically evaluate the feedback. That enables us to gather quantitative and qualitative data about how well it's performing, which enables us to also ensure human oversight is maintained, so we can see each of the responses given and also how people have reacted to those. It's allowed us to embed a practical use of AI within both the learning and assessment content, which is good for familiarizing people with AI. It also has the potential to support marking workload. So there's a feature within it that enables you to switch on a second step where a manual marker could actually review the feedback given by the AI before it's released to the learner and either modify it or review the score. We've estimated, just based on this one course that we've been piloting it with, that could effectively save 500 manual marking hours over the year based on the volumes we're expecting for the course. It enables us to provide a cost-effective solution that can be scaled, so it's built on open source Moodle technology, so therefore we can adapt to how we want. The overhead isn't as significant as outsourcing a more proprietary solution, so particularly in this stage where we're piloting it, that's pretty critical and would benefit others too, enabling us to make the course also more affordable. And it allows us to track the use of OpenAI tokens and credit, which is also critical. Just at a very high level overview so you can see how it essentially works. So the learner submits their response to a scenario based question through our learning management system, BCS Develop. Develop will send the learner's response with a copy of the scenario and the mark scheme to ChatGPT, which is the model that we are using within the plugin. ChatGPT reviews the learner's response against the scenario and the mark scheme, sends a score and feedback back. This is first sanitized by the plugin in Develop to make sure there's nothing malicious in there or anything problematic before it's displayed to the learner, after which they can review, rate, and also have another attempt at the activity if they wish to. Now, to give you a quick demonstration of the plugin, which we've developed in partnership with Tintisha Technologies. As you can see, here's an example of the course that we've embedded this first one in, and here's one of the scenario activities, which, as you can see here, it presents the learner with a scenario, and it's asking them to describe 2 ethical concerns in relation to the scenario. I've got text boxes, and what you can do is create as many text boxes as you want, or just have one if you want to. You can label them too. I've put in here, I would enter in a reasonable answer, so the data used to train the model could contain biases. And I'm going to add another answer, which is a little less serious, about a gorilla with laser eyes destroying the city, which could happen, but probably not in this situation. And then I would submit my answer, and then I would receive instantly that feedback from the AI. So I'm not having to wait for a tutor to manually mark it. As you can see, it's very accurately given me 1 mark because only one of my answers was actually reasonable and should have been correct. And it's given me some suggestions on how I might want to improve my answer. And it's given me some other examples to consider, which is great. And you can see here I've got a comment box and a rating, which I'll come back to in just a second. Now, behind this, you can see where we've created the marking criteria that's being used. So we've had to be very explicit with the AI to tell it, what constitutes a 0 mark. So, don't award any marks if it makes no sense, and what would define a 1 mark answer and what would define a 2 mark. As I said, the mark schemes are fully customizable, and you can create as many marks as you want and develop your rubric